Hey guys, this is going to be a little different video than from what I usually do. So I just like to preface it by saying I'm not a mechanic, nor have I ever been. But the reason I'm doing this is because I know a lot of you guys probably don't have a car or a license for that matter, but I don't feel like this is really taught at all. So because I've had friends that are adults and they've ruined their engine because they just have not checked their engine oil, and not because they don't want to, it's just probably because they didn't know any better, and that's just my experience. So that's why I'm sharing this information today. So I hope you learned something. I hope you take something away from this. But with that in mind, please enjoy. But for the things that you're going to need for today's video is just your air compressor tire gauge and some blue towels. Now I got these at AutoZone. They're relatively really cheap. I wouldn't say they're more than double digits, like $10, maybe 15 if we're pushing it. But it's pretty inexpensive stuff, and this is just things that you can do at home anytime if you're just trying to do routine maintenance on your car. But with that in mind, let's go ahead and get to the car. So to even get to our oil dipstick, to even check it, we have to open up the hood. And typically how you do that, it's different in each vehicle. It's going to be different depending on your make and your model. But for this specific car, there's a little latch right here that you just pull and it just opens up the hood. And once you have that, you have to identify where your dipstick is. And your dipstick's usually going to be the front. It's always going to have a little pulley, and you're just going to pull it out. So we're going to pull it up. It's a little hard. Once you pull it up, you're not going to check it now, but you're going to clean it first, and then you're going to check it. So let's clean it. And once you've cleaned it with one of your blue towels, you're going to dip it back in. And once you've dipped it back in, you're going to hold it in there all the way in for about 3 seconds. And then you're going to pull it out, and you're going to hold it at a leveled, so horizontally, so the oil doesn't flow down or up. And you're going to check for two things. That's the clarity of the oil, how dark it is, and it's not too dark here, and the levels it's at. You want to keep it in between the two lines seen here. So we're good on both of those accounts. So now let's check our tires. So we're good on oil, but now we have to check our tires. But first off, how does this thing even work, and what numbers are we shooting for? If you open it up like this, you should see different PSI numbers. Now these identify at what level your of air pressure your tire has. Usually most tires shoot for 32 psi, so you want to be somewhere in this range. But again, if you're unsure and you just want to be punctual about what level you want your tire pressure to be, it should be on your tire. Now on this tire specifically, it says 40 psi is the maximum amount of psi that this tire can have. I never put it at its maximum. I usually keep it around the 33 to 35 range. That's just me personally. Some people do, but I never do. Once you identify that, you can unscrew or uncap where you're going to plug in your tire gauge to check your tire pressure. Just make sure you put the cap in the safe spot, because you don't want to lose it. And then you're going to plug in your tire gauge, and you're going to press down a little bit, and you should hear a little hiss sound. Now right here it says about 31, 32. We're a little under where I am usually comfortable at, but this is still good. This is still ideal. I double check it always for all four of them, and we're still got the same results, so we're consistent. You can plug it back in and then refill up. Now luckily for me, my engine oil and my tires are all good. But say for instance that my engine oil was just a little bit darker or black, or the levels were either too low or too high, it's probably a good indicator that I needed my oil serviced or changed. Either way, you need to see a mechanic to do that. And for my tires, if again, depending on the circumstance, if one was just really deflated, like flat, that's a good notion and indicator that I would need to change it. But if it was just a little bit deflated, I could use a portable pumper that I have at home, or go to a gas station to reinflate it within reason. It can't be too low to do that. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you took something from this, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.